SuperSport Rugby Challenge Festival number 7 brings us to the north. Welcome to Kanyamazane Stadium in the Nelspruit, where we will be witnessing Embalenhle taking on Matsulu in the first of 3 matches today. We are in Nelspruit today as we celebrate Father's Day, so to all the fathers out there, you do have your best day and enjoy your rugby and all the sports on SuperSport. There will certainly be plenty today, including the Cricket World Cup as well. Let's take a look at the weather. As usual in Mpumalanga, the sun is shining brightly. There is barely any wind to speak of, and there is no excuse for the ball being dropped today. There will be no damp on the field. The frost has cleared. The temperature does drop slightly at night in this region, but I can tell you that it is a wonderful city with wonderful facilities and nightlife as well. We are taking a look at the Matsulu club right now. Their number 1, Bongani Matebula, weighing in at 149 kilograms. He played at every level of Mpumalanga youth rugby, from under 13 all the way through. Do watch out for the center combination, Vusi Nyambi and Ndomiso Bonyonyo Masinga, who is apparently a very quick outside center, while Vusi is the powerhouse on the inside. And that is Matsulu Rugby Club, who hail from just 38 minutes down the N4 from Nelspruit, a 41-kilometer trip, a township which was established in 1970. This is the Embalenhle team. Watch out for Floyd Papasumkubeni. He's just 24 years old. He is one of the original Emba Rose players. This club formerly known as Emba Rose before it was dissolved around 2003 and then reignited by some of the ex-players in 2013. Do keep your eyes as well on Sidiso Motlong, a youngster at 22 years old. He played Eastern's touch rugby in 2014. He wants to play for the Blitzboks. And Sinovuya Mkwekana in the 13 jersey, also a youngster who wants to go pro. Both of these sides play in the 2nd division of the Mpumalanga A-League, and they are looking to make their way to the top. Both have decent records coming into this match as well. Second on the log are Matsulu, and they are on the left of your screen in the blue jerseys. The roses on the chests of the team on the right are those of Embalenhle, and they are making their way onto the Kanyamazane Stadium pitch in Nelspruit right now. There's the captain of Matsulu today, Pointer Mklongo, number 8. They call him Nutties. Born in Standerton, he's a mining operator, and he wants to be a coach to continue contributing to this game. Captain of the other side is the influential number 10, Dokotela Ngozo. Born in Amsterdam, not the European one, the Mpumalangan one. He is a supervisor at a civil engineering company. Both of these sides preparing to entertain us in the first of 3 matches today, and alongside me to entertain you is none other than Mtunzi Mabeta. Mtunzi, these 2 sides playing in the 2nd division, but they will be keen to put on a show today. This is their first and only time that these 2 clubs have been featured on television.
Paul Stubbs, an absolute pleasure to be here. The sun is out, the guns are out, people have come to play. What an opportunity for these 2 sides, Embalenhle and Matsulu, the men known as the Black Mambas, Imambe Mnyama. Great to see them here, having an opportunity to showcase their skills. The communities have come out here. What an opportunity to showcase yourself on the biggest screen, right here on SuperSport. It's the finals of the SuperSport Rugby Challenge. Just beautiful to see these guys having an opportunity for their families to see them live on television.
2 community-based clubs, both of these. Embalenhle, established in 1995. They had to wake up very early to travel the 300 kilometers down the road. Their coach, in fact, had to wake up at 1 a.m., and that is Coach Dr. Twala, in order to make it all the way here. So the dedication to the club level is just something to behold. Underway, we are kicked off by Matsulu, courtesy of Tabang Zita. And Embalenhle receive and move immediately onto the attack, playing the blind. Missed tackle coming from Kubeka. And now options. As Ngozo looks for territory. The chase is outstanding from Kubeka, but Matsulu do recover. And now with numbers spread, but not a lot of depth in the back line. Fairly aimless kick downfield, casually fielded by Kubeka, and he's watched it bounce into touch. Did it come off the fingertips? I believe not. It should be a throw into the line out to Embalenhle.
Good strategy going for the boot. This is mostly a soccer pitch, and so you'll find it's a little bit harder. The bounce will always be in the attacking side's favor, so good to see that coming off.
Successful line out first up from Embalenhle, put in by Mkumbeni. And crash ball is the option. It's come out the other way somehow. Hlachwayo comes away with it.
Backwards.
The pop is to Zita. And Matsulu are in a positive attacking position outside of the 22 of Embalenhle. Hlachwayo.
More!
A maul called loudly by Mpho Matsaung. Can they keep it moving forward? It would appear not. Matsulu, though, they get the momentum again just as the whistle was about to be blown, but now they're getting dominated once more. It is toing and froing, and we will have a scrum put in to Embalenhle.
That is the byproduct of a beautiful kick coming in from Dokotela Ngonzo. The Embalenhle captains put some pressure on Matsulu to get out of their 22. They'll always look to run the ball. We spoke to the coach earlier and he said they're looking to avoid the contact at all costs, run the ball. That's where their strengths are.
You go on my course, on my turn.
So Embalenhle with an opportunity to put pressure on them, try to get that turnover and be basically in a perfect attacking position.
Okay, on my course, please.
Reef Masilela in the 9 jersey for Matsulu. On his opposite number is Tabiso Tsotsetsi.
Crouch.
One of 2 brothers in the Embalenhle side.
Bind.
His brothers on the bench, Tumelo Tsotsetsi.
Sit.
In it comes from Tsotsetsi, the process controller. Sends it back to Zita. They've had to improvise, have Embalenhle. And as they seek a touch, it will be fielded. The inside ball is to Reef Masilela. Moving it now on Matsulu. They don't have many numbers here, but they do have a lot of initiative, and it's Masing on the outside, the inside ball. Unsuccessful into touch.
Good play. They swing it through the hands nicely. They get it out wide quickly. Unfortunately, Bonyonyo Masinga unable to keep it in play.
What a name that is, Bonyonyo Masinga. On the attack again, Embalenhle with Dokotela Ngozo. And a penalty comes the way of Embalenhle.
First not rolling. First not rolling.
Struggling to make their way out of their half are Embalenhle right now. They don't have a great deal of distance on their kicks from Tunzi, but now they have a chance to make their way upfield.
First attacking opportunity for Embalenhle. Taken up very well by Mkwekana. Sbusiso Skosana's come in well for the clean.
How many?
Discipline will be
Four.
vital today.
4. 1 out. 1 out.
Second line out for
One out.
Embalenhle. Kubeni feeds. And they will retain the ball finally in the half of Matsulu. Hard running. There to clear Mhlabati. And now it's with Ngonzo. Mola Modi tried to get it back wide, and Ngonzo back on it and moving forward. And Ngonzo tried to get his hand through the tackle, and he snaps it back prodigiously.
Okay, play on.
So Tetsi now onto it. And Embalenhle wisely taking it into contact with Sinovuya and Kwenkana. Spread by Ngonzo. Forward goes Gidi. Tsotsetsi trying something himself. Support there from his forwards. The quick clean out should provide. Quick ball. Mofo Keng is there to clear in the 6th jersey. And clear he does away to Mkwekana. Embalenhle continue their industry, but the turnover comes. It's a penalty to Matsulu.
Yes, man.
Referee warning the players.
Kuka.
Good to see.
First man in. Get away quicker, please. Where's the mark?
Not out that kick. Both sides struggling to find decent touch, and forward comes Bonile Hlangagidi. The offload is ambitious and it has been turned over. Matsulu now will begin the attack from deep. The tackle puts the pass under pressure, and now it's become slightly scrappy. Ngomane with ball in hand. And wide goes Ngomane. Still going with it. Surprise Ngomane. And he won't be surprised by the fact that a scrum is coming. Both sides struggling to get their handling under control in the early goings. It's understandable, the nerves.
Not so bad a pass, but unfortunately surprise Ngomane in the wrong place at the wrong time. That ball needed to be spread out wide, and the prop finding himself in the fly-off position, unable to take it that time. Both these sides looking to spread the ball, not so keen on contact.
Coach! Bind. Sit.
The feed is courtesy of Thabiso Tsotsetse. Plenty of blindside to work with, and Tsotsetse spots just that. Tsotsetse puts his head down. Tsotsetse's going for the line. Oh yes, the number 9 spots the gap and capitalizes. The opening score of the match.
Tasman Tsotsetse draws first blood for Embalenhle. From the pace of the scrum, look at the turn of pace from the little guy. Absolutely skins them, and that is brilliant play from the small scrummy. One of the more experienced players in the side, been there since 2001, and he's still got it. First try for Thabiso Tsotsetse of the game. It was a good scrum, solid scrum. It allowed Tsotsetse the time and space to get off of that base nice and quick.
Successful conversion from Embalenhle. And they head out into an early lead. One last look at Tsotsetse.
The strength he showed in his legs just to get away from Pointer Mhlongo. Brilliant play by Tasman.
Captain of Matsulu, Pointer and Mhlongo, he won't be happy with that effort. They left their blind side slightly exposed, and they really had themselves capitalized upon by Thabiso Tsotsetse. Let's see how they can respond. Need to get their handling under control, that much is for sure. Be more responsible with their possession. That is a fine kick off that. The chase is decent one as well, coming from Thokozane and Hlabati, also known as Springbok. Play to the blind. The defense is strong. Embalenhle do well to recycle ball. They are starting to begin to look the more organized side. Over the top from try scorer Tsotsetse. Not a lot of cover in position for Matsulu there. The bounce is unkind and puts under pressure the fullback, Gordon Enje Ngomane, who's then forced to clear, and he kicks it directly into touch, which will provide Embalenhle with further attacking impetus.
NJ Ngomane gets past the first defender. Good scrambled defense coming in from Embalenhle.
How many? How many? Four guys, 4. Adjust.
The feed into the lineup from Mkumbeni. More untidy ball, Tsotsetse. Perhaps the most organized of the players on the field. Tidies things up. He gets it away to Dokotela Ngonzo. And Justice Molamodi plays halfback. Now with constant attacking plays, Embalenhle on the outside. Bullocking Rang
Put it down, put it down.
is cut short as they step into touch once more. The side with the rose on their chest. They're rising into this match.
How many? 4.
We expected not to see many forward pods taking the ball up, both sides not looking for the contact. That's taken quickly, a trick line out. It allows them possession of the ball though, good play.
It's a difficult situation for Matsulu at the set piece. These kicks are not going a great distance either, so they need to find a way to make their way upfield. They have a penalty coming their way. Now Matsulu looking disorganized early on here in Tunzi.
Yes, they are, and you'd expect with both of these clubs having so many changes in that starting lineup for it to be difficult, especially at set piece time. And so you'll expect to see those trick plays, both sides going to the front of the line out, and they're clearly offside. Stephen Mofokeng. Keeping possession allows you to put pressure on the other side. The other side need to keep their discipline, not give away penalties, and working well for Matsulu so far. They work their way up the pitch now.
And it comes. This line-out does work out for Matsulu, but they still cannot get clean ball to the back line. And Tabang Zita is forced to scramble, heading back towards the halfway line, but retaining possession. And that'll be a satisfying outcome for the side in blue. Give it on to Msimango. And now still driving forward, Matsulu. No call of a maul. They should be able to get this one back. Reef Masilela. Zita. And Matsulu getting it going with Nyambi, the powerful inside center. Can they get the center combination of theirs working? And here's the other center, the danger man, Masinga. And you can hear the crowd rise to him as he gets possession. Masilela. Now Matsulu are playing with Nyambi, moving it through the hands, through Zita. But disappointment as the arm extends in the opposite direction once more, played away by Ngwenya. Embalenhle capitalize on broken play and counter-attack. Some men falling down injured in the background. So Tseti in position to clear. Depth on the back line for Embalenhle. Can Matsulu disrupt this ball enough? They can. Not only can they disrupt it, they turn it over. And now they're the ones moving upfield. Matlalela in the 14 jersey. Ungomane at the fullback, the kick through, and the chase is a decent one from Masinga, putting pressure on. And Sikosana now sees something for himself, trying to get an offload to the inside. But what is looking to be a scrappy beginning to this match continues from Tunzi, but Matsulu positive to see their centers finally getting their hands on the ball. We're starting to see the shape of their attack.
They're using the boot really well to great effect. There we see Busiso Skosana unable to keep in field. Matsulu defenders using the touchline to great effect. But that hard pitch, that ball bouncing up and down, it just makes that 50-50 all the more better for Matsulu, who go to the front and Skosana, rather Stephen Mofokeng, just can't hold on to it. But it's becoming a little bit predictable now, Paul, in the front.
They are doing a number of trick plays. Here it goes. Oh, wow. Underhanded. And that is the number 8 of putting it into the line out. Pointer Mklongo, the captain of this side. But when they did do a regular line out in Tunzi, it worked out reasonably well just the last time they did. So perhaps they're a bit nervous about the potential countering skills at the line out of Embalenhle.
Yeah, look, it looked good, the line out Matsulu had. They threw it to the back of the line out. The timing was perfect. The throw was pinpoint. Unfortunately, Msimango didn't take it clean. He tapped it down, and the ball bouncing, that 50-50 ball is just a risk for the attacking side.
Sit. Steady, steady, steady. Sit. Steady, steady, steady.
Matsulu get that out of the scrum quickly, and it is Zita in the fly-off jersey. Unhappy didn't receive it was Masinga, the flying outside center, played away by Masilela. More untidy ball to the outside. Well done though by Mabunda to keep it moving forward. Eddie Mabunda in the 11 jersey is one of the players to watch out for, according to coach Lucky Kumalo, also known as the Prof, coach of Matsulu, who also coaches the Matsulu Sevens program from Tunzi. Apparently that is quite a prolific Sevens program which Matsulu have.
Very strong. You see how they like to pass the ball out wide, probably a little bit too early, too quickly.
There's a sharp line out coming from Embalenhle. Going up at the back was John Sikosana. Space through the middle of the field. Sinovuyo Mkwekana. Huge gaps in behind the Matsulu defensive line. Should any grabber or chip over the top come through, there will be a lot of work for NJ Ngomane in the number 15 to do. That is a ferocious run close to the ruck. And Embalenhle sending their big runners now, asking questions of the Matsulu defense. Stephen Mofokeng carries it forward, the young 22-year-old. Totsetsi out to the back line, and it's Ngonzo who moves it. Sikosana is into the back line, and now they have numbers on the outside. Shut down by some good Matsulu defense.
That's looking much better from Embalenhle, taking it up with the forwards, drawing in the defenders, and it's opening up for them out wide. Sinovuyo Mkwekana unable to draw the man, passes it out a little bit too early, and it allows the Matsulu winger to use the touchline, tackle the player out. So both sides being tackled out quite frequently in this first half.
Dancing on the touchlines. In it comes for Matsulu, down from Banele Sibuyi. And the scrum will come the way of Embalenhle.
Both sides competing very well
So just accidental.
at line-out time. Things just not working out for Matsulu. Struggling to get their line-outs. And it allows Embalenhle another set piece. Not too far away from where Tasman Sotetsi scored his try earlier.
Not too
Maybe
far
the blind a little bit smaller now to work with.
Hey, the way they've been running him, Tunzi, you wouldn't put it beyond them to just bust this line wide open. Matsulu on the back foot.
Coach.
Running really hard onto the ball.
Bang.
Good to see them sticking to their structures now.
Sit.
Oh, that is a powerful scrum from Embalenhle, away to Dokotela Ngonzo. Now juggling and looking for the inside ball. The set play almost coming off. Matsulu's defense continues to hold. Tsetsi, Ngonzo, they're moving it now. Kubeka backs himself. Kubeka's in! Oh, yes, he is! Matsulu break down on the outside, and they've scored a try in either corner.
So much work to be done by Skumbuzo Stanley Kubeka. He does very well there. Played for the Shark Sevens in 2012. Great finish. Classic winger try. Gets closer to the post as well. This is a huge game for them, a huge derby when these two sides come together.
This is Ndumiso Bonyonyo Masinga. Oh, pardon me. Sinovuyo Mkwekana, also known as Sino. Mkwekana. He has dragged that one to the left, and after a great conversion for the first try, this one is unsuccessful. The scoreline remains 12 points to 0, and Matsulu have it all to do.
Let's go, guys.
Take a look at Kubeka. Hands off one.
Quicker.
Speeds past the next. Gets closer to the post. Great right wing play. Yep, and his teammates love it. That's Tasman. He's been brilliant with the number 9 position.
Restart once more from Matsulu. Ndomiso Masinga, the player responsible for the restarts. Totsetsi. It's a pretty poor pass away. Embalenhle with 2 bad passes find themselves on the retreat. Can Matsulu attack the breakdown and capitalize? It would appear not. But now they are wrapped up around the Embalenhle player. Tackle called, they must release. Struggling to come to terms with this match in the opening 20, and the referee, Mpo Matsaung, has to physically arrive there to hold them back from traversing the offside line. And now plenty of space to run into for Matsulu. Which way do they approach this? The counter-attack is on. Running forward for them was Mfundo Mabunda. And now kicking into action, Sibuyi gets the pass away. It goes behind the man, nullifying the momentum, but Msimango keeps it alive. Masilela, and on the outside now, Nyambi.
Well, the touchline, again, being the most proficient defender on the pitch. Just steps out. Brilliant play by Embalenhle Madala Sibuyi. Draws and passes it out wide. That's a great offload, and he just steps out.
Flirting with the touch lines at all times,
Advantage
both of
over.
these sides, and they have crossed it on a number of occasions. The inside ball is a dream, and now Embalenhle are on the attack. It is Sikosana. Sikosana! He has ripped into two. Sikosana! He's going all the way! What a try from end to end!
Sbusiso Sikosana. What an individual try. Wow. A turn of events.
What? What happened there, Mtunzi? Let's have a look at the replays. They'll be coming up soon. Maybe in the grounding? Must have been in the, had to be in the grounding.
Seems like he does knock it on slightly over the try line. Massive effort coming in from Eddie Mabunda.
Crouch. Bind.
Yeah, Mtunzi.
Sit.
Wow. Well, you keep your ball in two hands over the try line, and unfortunately, all that work for nothing in the end. But never give up. Mfundo Eddie Mabunda with a try-saving tackle. Heartbreak for Sbusiso Sikosana. Brilliant individual play, all the way from inside his own half.
Oh, yeah. He's left the textbook at home when it came to the grounding.
Sigh of relief for Matsulu.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
And it comes. Embalenhle scrum has looked powerful, and Matsulu are beginning to move backwards, spreading it from their very own try line. Nyambi involved. Powerful inside center. Ngomane, the fullback, moves it back to the inside, and now a desperation kick as the options have run out, leaving Embalenhle with options for the counter-attack, including Sikosana, who has just proved his danger. Dokotela Ngonzo. He wants to prove his own. And there's a small knock-on at that ruck, which stops Embalenhle moving forward again. But Embalenhle looking the more solid and organized side thus far. They have responded after a scrappy opening to this match, and Matsulu are constantly on the defense.
Let's go, let's go.
Good run. Dokotela Ngonzo, the captain, takes it up, but unfortunately,
Okay, let's go, knock.
it looks like Tasman in the end who knocks it on. Crafty scrum of
Put on your boot,
Sotetsi.
let's go.
Embalenhle dominating possession, looking
Come
like
off.
the more structured side, as you say, Paul Stubbs.
And these Embalenhle boys, they do have some history, even with their coach from Twinsie. Coach Dr. Twala, who is not only the coach of the side, but he was formerly a player as well.
Okay, fine.
And this side, which was disbanded,
Come
as we
on.
said at the beginning of the game, in 2004, because there was mismanagement at Embalenhle after being established in '95, and they came back together in 2013 with some ex-players joining together to form this team once more, and some of those players are out there on the field today.
Great continuity, you can tell they've been together for quite
Coach!
some time.
Bind. Sit.
Embalenhle scrum continues moving forward, and now Matsulu have problems. It's a tight head. Out it comes with Nhlabati. Nhlabati gets the offload away to Mofokeng. Man over the ball for Matsulu, doing well as Pointer Mhlongo, the captain. Did he manage to secure it? Looked like there may have been a knock-on involved. It's coming back Matsulu's way, and everything is A-OK. A running game right from the base of their own try line as well. Tabang Zita with the chip over the top. Not retrieved. The step and go from Justice Molamoti. And now on the outside, working towards the line, Motlong. Out into touch once more. So many of these players not forcing their way back in field when they reach the touchline. Play on, and Matsulu very keen to increase the pace of this match, even from their own try line. Clearly don't back their own boots to clear their lines. And a penalty does come their way. What's the logic behind this, Mtunzi? Running it from, oh, and the tap and go again. If you can just, perhaps we can have a chat about that, the next gap in play that we have. But Matsulu are disinterested in kicking this ball downfield. There's no wind to speak of. And Matsulu in over the ball away from Reef Masilela. Tabang Zita working a very narrow blind side again, and Pointer Mhlongo is the last recipient. Another line out in Mtunzi. There's two real themes in this first half. Dancing along the touchline. And also what Matsulu are doing, running the ball out from their own try line time after time.
You have two scrummies here. Can I get one, please?
Well, Matsulu started off the game with Tabang Zita, that brilliant kick coming in from Tabang Zita. I expected to see a little bit more of that. Has not been the case.
Front of the line out, trick one from Embalenhle on this occasion, and Matsulu retrieve possession and move upfield. Banele Sipui. And we have a sub on Veli Ngwamba. Do believe there are rolling subs in this club match in the Super League A or B of Mpumalanga. Cutting them wide open right there was Nyambi. And now trying to get through is Bonyonyo Masinga.
No!
But Matsulu are well positioned. And a penalty comes their way. Will they tap from here the way that they've been doing on their own try line? Looking keen is Reef Masilela.
6.
Still giving strong thought to it. Masilela with the tap and go, and he passes it away to Skumbuzo Hlachwayo. Masilela, the short ball is to Montlane. The ball has come away on Embalentle's side, and trying for a Hail Mary pass over the top was Moshani. It's all happening here in Nelspruit in this opening half of the club match, the first of 3 matches today in the SuperSport Rugby Challenge Festival number 7. We've got rugby for you all day, and this is perhaps the wildest of it. A really scrappy first half from these two club teams.
Yes, it is scrappy. Pila Sande, Moshani passing it on the inside, and look, the guys are out there to enjoy themselves. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and here comes the big boy, Bongani Matebula.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what a character the father of 3 is. Did mention he played in those Puma structures. A couple of these players played in the Puma structures at under 13 level at Craven Week, Grant Como under 16 level as well. Great to see them having another opportunity to showcase their skills.
Bind. Sit. Steady, steady.
You can see the big boy Matebula on the far side of the scrum, and will it steady Matsulu's effort? Barely, they're still moving backwards. The grabber through comes from Masilela. It was a hit and a hope, if we're being honest with ourselves, and Matsulu have squandered possession there.
And that is a little bit confusing, Paul, isn't it? Letting go of possession, putting it in boot when you're in the 22, and then not kicking when you're in your own 22. Confusing tactics being used by Matsulu.
Perhaps they could do with a half-time break. Taking his time to collect that ball was the Matsulu player, Enje Ngomane. And now Embalenhle have put massive pressure on him, courtesy of Tidiso Matlung. And they're attacking the breakdown. Somebody's being dragged away. And Matsulu do well to retain. Veli Ngwamba. A penalty to Matsulu.
Here's the mark. 13.
Surely not tap and go from the middle of the field as well. Mtunzi, it appears they've lost faith in the lineout. Oh, here's the big man, 149 kgs worth of the 34-year-old Bongani Matebula.
Had problems at set piece time. Veli Ngwamba does well. There you see high tackle just slipping above the shoulders.
Five penalties to 1 have been conceded by Embalenhle. Starting to really rack up against them. But it's been penalties given while they're putting on defensive pressure, as Matsulu have struggled to stay in Embalenhle territory for any extended period of time. Now they find themselves in that half, and Reef Masilela is at the halfback position. And the knock-on comes from Matebula as he tries to make his first impact of the match.
Well, there is a bit more stability in the Matsulu front row. Starting to be a bit more competitive at scrum time, and the big man, Bongani Matebula, although he would have knocked that ball on, I'm sure he won't mind scrumming down now to try to get a tight head.
They need answers at
Correct his
scrum.
mistake.
They need answers at scrum time, man. Just like the Lions, they've been going back at the scrum. They've conceded a tight head already.
Okay, Michaels. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Fed by Toteti, another solid scrum from Embalenhle. Also coming back out the mouth and on the side of Matsulu, who will use this chance to attack. The skip pass outside to Mahlalela. Mahlalela away to Masinga. And Masinga throws a wild one on the inside. He was already into touch. These players not paying attention when they're close to the touch line, making sure they keep their feet in and work back in field, are they, Mtunzi?
Yeah, just a lack of composure, maybe a little bit too excited, always looking to go on the outside, and touchline getting the better of the wingers on both sides.
How many? How many?
Brilliant tight head leading up to that play.
The front of the line out, hotly contested. Mkumbani's feed, Stephen Mofo King's tap down. Embalenhle do get the ball back. Toteti, how impressive has he been in this first half? Marshalling his team's play. He's given it a heave-ho, has Dokotela and Gonzo. Not into touch as has so often been the case today. Mahlalela, he sends it to Ngomane. See if he has any ideas. Everybody's slightly short on them until it gets into the hands of Eddie Mabunda. And wide it goes now to the flying Masinga. Matsulu looking sharp in the open play. Over the top of the receiver, potentially an Nyambi into the hands, and then knocked on. Can Embalenhle capitalize on this broken period and find Matsulu short on defenders? They cannot, and we will have a scrum in their favor. Many occasions on which there's an isolation of the number 15 for Matsulu, Enje Ngomane, that Embalenhle could capitalize on with some well-placed kicks. They have failed to do so effectively as yet.
Just needed to keep it a little bit tighter, go through at least one or two phases, get their backline in the right striking positions. Fortunately, trying to spread it wide a little bit too early. Scrums, Matsulu starting to improve. Bongani Matebula making his weight felt.
Coach! Bind!
You could see from that counter-attack of Tunzi,
Sit!
it was almost as though they were playing sevens the way that they attacked. They do have a very prolific seventh program, as we mentioned. Oh, look at that. All of a sudden, Matsulu moving forward at scrum time, and we know who that might be down to. The big replacement, Bongani Matebula, maybe making his presence felt. And that kick goes into touch, looking for a receiver. It didn't work out.
Actually, a good strategy coming in from the coach of Matsulu, Lucky Kumalo, who's brought in Bongani Matebula in the last 10 minutes now of this first half, and it is rolling sub, so you can expect to see Veli Ngwamba come back on as the legs start to get weary.
Back, back, back!
Rising high, but nicked away from Madala Sibuyi for Matsulu, and Embalenhle once more attacking off a ball which should not be theirs. Justice Molamodi, the policeman in the number 12 jersey, advances the cause of Embalenhle, who are now beyond the 10-meter line. Toteri measured in his approach, chooses to go without two potential runners, and Floyd Papas Mkumbeni carries it forward. Toteri scooping it to the outside, Embalenhle, but a penalty has been accruing, and two Matsulu players are on the ground right now injured after that bullocking run from Papas Mkumbeni.
Number 4. Wait.
Look at this, it's a brilliant short pass from Stephen Mofokeng. Great take from Papas Mkumbeni.
Time out.
Look at that. Coming into not the smallest of men as well. Dumiso Ponyonyo Masinga.
Okay.
Just
Stepping for
one of
blood.
the best names in rugby.
Checking for
Tunzi.
blood, yeah.
Leading outside center.
Are you okay?
Well, as both of these players get treatment, let's comment on the way that Embalenhle have begun this match. The opening 35 minutes, they've really grown into the game. Matsulu is starting to look slightly more organized, but this 7 style of theirs, they're running it from everywhere, Twinsie, to the point of irresponsibility sometimes.
No, they are
Blood.
all right on.
Blood.
SuperSport Rugby
Blood's
Challenge.
up.
You see the shirts on.
Hey.
They'll be excited about the semi-finals coming up after this. Stands starting to fill up now. Hear them singing Amakwijo before this game.
Let's get 10, guys.
That's what we can expect coming in. Western Province versus the Greek was a huge one for Western Province, who suffered a last-minute loss by 1 point to Boland
back
last
on.
week.
Yeah, it's going to be massive, and I think Greek will have every chance of winning that match, although Province are unbeaten.
Okay,
Well,
four,
not unbeaten
offside.
anymore, of course. Boland did beat them.
Pause.
Which way do you see that one swinging, Twinsie?
I have absolutely no idea what will happen. Some tantalizing, really competitive games coming up.
And listen, I've heard differing opinions on Pumas against Boland. Some people said Boland played their final last week when they beat Western Province, and it was an achievement just to make it here. Others say that they have the most organized defense in the competition, and they could challenge the Pumas here. Any opinions on that one?
No, exactly. It's going to be game on. Very difficult to call. Very little separating the two sides.
Kwekana, that's his least impressive strike of the day. And has
22.
gone limping away towards the corner flag. And we will have another restart for Matsulu. You can count the lucky stars that Embalenhle have not been more clinical with some of their opportunities. Specifically, Sibusiso Sikosana, who was actually over the try line when he knocked the ball on after a scintillating counter-attack.
It was brilliant to see. Wow, so much flair coming in from the number 15. Can play number 9 as well, so he's got the vision.
Hanging restart. Matsulu looking to regain possession. Oh, Embalenhle under pressure, and they get a scrum. It's worked out for Matsulu.
And you don't want to let the ball bounce. You want to try to really work hard towards it. Try to take care of that scrappy ball, and that time, the captain, Dokotela Ngonzo, just waiting a little bit too long.
Times have changed since the arrival of Bongani Matebula.
Coach!
Number 1 on the far side of the
Fine.
blue scrum, that's Matsulu.
Sit.
Does it hold steady again? Embalenhle again looking to try to impose themselves quickly out and through the hands of Zita. Working their back line at Masinga. Back onto the inside of Ngomane now. Circumspect attacking play, constantly spreading themselves across the field and then back again. That did not look healthy, nor did it look legal.
Wow.
Everybody just walking away from that one?
You call that a suplex in WWF?
I believe so, Mtunzi. Your technicalities are very impressive.
Dokotela Ngonzo lifting the player, and unfortunately the player landing on his shoulder and head, so it is a dangerous tackle. Matsulu having to make most of the tackles, half of those being missed. They can't carry on like that.
That was nowhere close to going out into touch, and now the counter-attacking opportunity is with Kubeka. Did well to move them upfield. That ball was not controlled. It's a knock-on. Now Mtunzi, with the previous attacking play of Matsulu, the way they spread that ball across the field and then got trapped up there, this is what I'm saying about the way that the attack almost resembles sevens sometimes. Let's just take a look at the replay.
Hey, back on.
Exactly, and they always will be dangerous. See Embalenhle, things just not working out for them. Need to keep it tight. It's been working for them when they stick to their structures. Getting ahead of themselves, trying to make that 50-50 pass when they should just be keeping composure, getting through the phases. When they are their most dangerous, that is what they do. So the big man, Bongani Matebula, has been solid since he's come on. Can he do it again? So many scrums in this first half.
Many scrums. A referee in Paul Matsaung
Coach!
packs another one down.
Sit. Sit.
One positive feature, we haven't seen many resets, if any at all. Out it comes, perhaps too quickly for the liking of Reef Masilela. But Zita manages to move it, and Ngomane now on the outside ball is to accelerating Masinga. Masinga throwing out some dummies, and now he's believing in himself. It's 1-on-3, and he throws the pass to an opposition player. Moshani, who's put in an absolute howler of a kick, and he's given Matsulu the chance. Oh my goodness! You'll never see a try like that again. Madness ensuing here in Nelspruit.
Oh, they love it in the stands. Brilliant play from Ponyonyo Masinga. There, that 50-50 unnecessary, but what was Moshani thinking? The number 5 lock should never be kicking that ball, and wow, Eddie Mabunda can't believe his luck. Still had to catch the ball and do some work to get over the line. He does that well. And Matsulu now right back in it, just on the strike of half-time.
Remarkable scenes. Now the kick to bring it to 7 points to 12. And it's their number 9, Reef Masilela, product of Middleburg High, who adds the extra 2 and takes the score to 12 points to 7. Here's Bonyonyo.
How good was that? The show and go. Support was there, but Moshani does well to scramble back and defend. Absolutely brilliant finish coming in from Thokozane Mahlalela.
We've had a first half of note, a lot of mistakes from either side, but both of these sides playing in the second division with plenty to prove, and they have proven themselves thus far. We look forward to the second half. Embalenhle lead 12 points to 7 over Matsulu.
Embalenhle in front by 12 points to 7.
Welcome back to Nelspruit. We are at Kanyamazane Stadium for SuperSport Rugby Challenge Festival number 7. Embalenhle leading by 12 points to 7 in the first of 3 rugby matches today. The 2 semi-finals are the ones to follow. Those are the SuperSport Rugby Challenge. Western Province playing Griquas, Pumas playing Boerland, and it's all to play for the final. Restart comes from Embalenhle. Dokotela Ngonzo, captain of the team, puts it high.
Well, tackling in the air. Unfortunately, that's John Sikosana, who's on the wrong side of the law. And Mpo Matsaung, without any delay, sends him to the sin bin. Good to see his safety becomes a growing concern and a very important part of the game of rugby.
Touch finder is from Bonyonyo Masinga.
John Sikosana not too happy with himself. It's a big rise to try and take that, but unfortunately, John Sikosana not getting it right.
And Matsulu do manage to secure the line-out ball. It has been a scrap for the mid-line-out time, to say the least. Moving it through the hands of Zita. Depth on the outside. It will not manage to get to the outside, as NJ Ngomane will be disappointed that one of his teammates have knocked the ball on before it managed to get into his hands. Matsulu have been growing in confidence on attack, though, throughout the match.
It's just unfortunately there. I believe it was Skumbuzo Hlatshwayo, the hooker. Skumba, who found himself in the outside center position. There's the big man. Bongani Matebula still on the pitch. The Embalenhle players in this second half, having had to wake up around 3 a.m., they left at 4 a.m. They left Secunda, so can expect them to start getting a little bit tired as the second half unfolds.
Very good chance that bus trip has taken some out of the Embalenhle players. For now, they're looking good. They're attacking down the blind. They have numbers and they're coming from depth. It's Molamodi. Sotetsi, hard runners in the form of Ngwenya. But the pass was not great, falling around the knees, not perfectly timed, and Embalenhle have knocked it on. Another scrum will be coming the way of Matsulu.
Mpiwe Ngwenya running a hard, short line. Unable to pick it up off of his knees. So another scrum. Something Bongani Matebula has been relishing.
Bind. Sit.
This is what Matebula was sent on for. Movement slightly before the ball comes in. And now it is all well. Masilela clears from the base over the head of Zita, who must retreat to receive the pass. No, it's Nyambi struggling to grab a hold of it. Rough tackle bringing the man to ground. It's cleared by Ngomane. And that is in-your-face rugby from Eddie Mabunda. Ngomane clears. Nyambi in the 12 jersey struggling to get it to the outside. Nyambi's back on it again. It's tapped back by an Embalenhle player and then fielded by Sibusiso Sikosana. No relation to John Sikosana, the number 8 who just went off. Tsotseti, who does have a relation to number 21, Tumelo Tsotseti on the bench. Embalenhle continue forward. Tsotseti again. No, it's not. It's Sikosana, the fullback. Inside ball for the try, and it's on for Matlung. The tries come out of nowhere in this club rugby match, and another one comes the way of Embalenhle.
And it's right time.
Good play, there was nothing on.
To the score.
Poor defense.
They're leading
Kosana does well to pick up the scrappy ball. Good reaction from him. Presence of mind to find Chidiso Motlaung on the inside. And I said those legs will be getting weary. Nothing weary about the way these Embalenhle players are going ahead. That's better from Kwekana. His first conversion of the game. It was good play. It looked like Matsulu had numbers, but they've missed over 50% of their tackles. So no surprises, Chidiso Motloung getting over with only one defender to beat.
Looks like a solid player, doesn't he? Mtunzi, just 22 years old is T. Says he wants to play Blitzbox and Sharks rugby. He's weighing 83 kilograms on the wing. He looks mighty balanced.
Indeed. How was the counter-attack coming in from Spusiso's Kosana as well? So much flair. These Embalenhle players clearly finding some confidence and some energy in their camp. The coach, Dr. Twala, said they had a successful visit from Parker, SuperSport rugby show. Ended up getting a sponsorship after that through Hollywood Bets. So things looking good for the future at Embalenhle. Great to see. Sorry, Paul, great to see the development programs being implemented, the innovations coming in. So important for rugby in these communities. And
isn't it just, Mtunzi? And is this not what development looks like? When you start to grow the game in places where it has previously been neglected. When places like Embalenhle and Matsulu are able to get on your World of Champions, you got things like the SuperSport Rugby Challenge and teams for these players to go to, things for them to aspire to.
No, definitely. Some of these players have tasted provincial rugby at junior levels, and for them to just have another opportunity like this, what a privilege.
And we will have a reset. Not too many of these so far in the match, which has been a positive aspect of the scrums. However, on the negative aspect, there have been far too many because of the handling errors from both of these sides.
Just 2 resets. We've had about 17 knock-ons. So impressive.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Steady.
Not the straightest back, so to speak, from Bongani Matebula, but he's effective at the 149 at weighing down that scrum. He's got played blind by Tsotsetse. Embalenhle on the attack. Quick ball needed. Tsotsetse gives it off to his hard runners. And again, Matsulu are now heading backwards. If they can recycle this quickly, Embalenhle might have an attacking opportunity once more. It is Tsotsetse on the attack. And it has fallen loose, diving onto the ball. This teko from Matsulu. And Pointer Mhlongo, the captain, is having to work hard, but the ball has come back to Embalenhle again. And Ngonzo takes it to the line, more scrappy and loose play as Slebu Sibaya pounces on it for the side in blue. Matsulu
Advantage was over.
deeply involved in the second half is NJ Ngomane, number 15 for Matsulu. Back here, Sikosana, who's shown he is a dangerous counter-attacking player, created the last try and should have scored one of his own in the first half. He is one of the best players for Matsulu. It is Bonyonyo Masinga. Sikosana with his hands on the ball again, the number 15 for Embalenhle. Is anybody going to get to this first? It's bounced kindly, and over the line go Embalenhle again.
Tasman Tsotsetse, the scrum half who has been playing for Embalenhle since 2001. Finishes off some brilliant play from Skosana. He finds some grass at the back, sees there's an open space, and Tasman burns them all and finishes brilliantly. They're a little bit loose. NJ Ngomane with that loose pass on the inside, intercepted by Skosana. The ever-present Tasman with a lovely finish. Embalenhle starting to pull away now. Nothing weary, nothing tired about this side.
Ever-present is the right word for Tabiso Tsotsetse, the number 9. One of the most glittering players on the pitch today, the process controller by trade. With his brother on the bench, they'll be hoping to be playing together on your World of Champions. Here's Macron for the extra points. It's not the world's greatest kick. Very low, slightly wide. The score remains 24 points to 7. Embalenhle have taken control.
It's just that inside pass. It was actually Mkwekana. Should have maybe held on to the ball, but they've been getting tackled out all the time. And what a finish from Tasman Tsotsetse. Crafty number 9, ever present indeed.
Interesting approach here, M20. Let's watch how they line up for this kickoff. Matsulu, they don't really commit any players to the left side of the field.
Sun will be feeling hot now on their heads. Matsulu looking a little bit tired of the two sides.
The kick is from Bonyonyo Masinga. And there's been yet another handling error. We will have a scrum. It will be in the favor of Matsulu, who now must begin to attack in the second half. They've let it slip through their fingers, came into the break at 12 points to 7, and now they've allowed 12 points to be scored against them, making the scoreline look unhealthy.
Unable to keep his eyes on the ball, Komoto Maila.
8-man John
Come onto the
Skosana getting
pitch.
back to the pitch after spending 10 minutes.
Yellow card is back as well.
Embalenhle in full shape right now against Matsulu.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Severe depth in the back line of Matsulu. The fly-half position is Nyambi with the 12 jersey on his back, and there's the fly-half. Tabang Zita dropping the ball in the back line. Are they able to start a counter-attack? No is the answer, as there was a knock-on called by referee Mpo Matsaung. And Matsulu's woes continue in the second half. They have failed to wake up coming out of the break.
Ngomane does well to draw in that player and just taking his eyes off the ball. Tabang Zita had a little bit of space to work with. And Matsulu will start getting frustrated, things not working for them.
Guys, closer a bit, please. You're too far. Coach! Bang! Sit! Steady!
And now Embalenhle. Oh, they're heading backwards at the scrum. Totsetti does well to get the ball out the back, and Dokotela Ngonzo keeps it moving. Justice Molamodi in the 12. Quick ball from Totsetti. This should cause real problems for Matsulu, should they be able to use the hands. Dokotela Ngonzo, the captain, takes it in again. Totsetti. Embalenhle looking far more secure in possession when they do have it. And then Ngonzo, the kick upfield. Do they have the organization to deal with this? Matsulu, is he planning on running this from the very pits of the on-dead ball line? But it did go over. It should be a 22-meter dropout. The ambition was really to be admired. Oh no, did they carry it back over? Well, now that just changed my mind, Mtunzi. That was a disaster.
Yeah, Stephen Mofokeng, a brilliant chase. Cannot believe these guys had to get up at 3 a.m. They traveled about 5 hours to get here from Secunda. What an effort coming in from him. Look at this chase. Doesn't give up the number 6. Gets him just over the try line, and Tabang Zita dots it down. He's taking it back over his try line. So brilliant play from Stephen Mofokeng to basically win his side. This great opportunity with the scrum, 2 sides to attack from. We've seen how dangerous Tasman Totsetti has been at the base of the scrum. But have their scrums come right against Matebula?
Sit! Steady.
Solid set for Embalenhle. Totsetti is thinking about going left if his body shape is anything to go by. And it's for the crash ball for Justice Molamodi. Embalenhle are dominating the second half here in Nelspruit.
Well, it's one pass. Justice Molamodi. All too easy for him. The Matsulu defense in tatters. And now Embalenhle, surprisingly, are playing with so much more energy.
Hey, Mtunzi, I think it might have been outside center. Sinovoya Mkwetana who scored the try there, the man in picture. This deadly center combination continues providing the goods for Embalenhle.
And the ball is over.
Flags have been raised and the scoreline continues to grow. It's 31 points now racked up by Embalenhle.
It's a great line, but expect there to be some form of defense there to meet him.
Number 22.
Kwekana just gets over the try line a little bit too easily, but Embalenhle with a brilliant scrum, it kept steady and it allowed the platform to execute such a good move.
The other impressive outside center, Bonyonyo Masinga, launches the restart again. Matsulu, in spite of the contest, do not receive it. Totsetti continues doing good work for the side in black. The counter rack seems to be acceptable, but no, it's not for Matsaung, so his players were coming in from the side. And a penalty comes the way of Embalenhle. Head coach of Matsulu, Lucky Kumalo, right now, he's a former player. He must want to get out there on the field and sort things out.
Yeah, what a great story he has. He was one of the players in 1994 playing in this side. Full circle for him. Mr. Elmund Taylor was the coach at that time, and he founded this club. Not out though, so Matsulu with an opportunity to attack.
They have numbers to the outside. They're moving it. Nyambi outside to Masinga, and they've once more pushed their luck down the touchline. Tabo Slevu Sibia dancing along the chalk.
No, you can't play quick. Touch. Exchange.
Yep, the substitute is on. The man they know is Slevu. That big beard of his. They call him the bearded freak, and yep, that touchline has been dominating the wingers. Just all too lateral, no one really running directly. Taking on that unders line, straightening the line. So easy for the defense to just go with it and tackle them out.
And it comes, more contested line-out time. This one comes back on the way, the side of Matsulu. Reef Masilela takes it, Matebula. Ooh, uncomfortable for Mtiane. And Embalenhle have come away with this one, Maila. And they set this ruck, patience needed. Victor Dube with the pick and go, and now it's Totsetsi. They are spread wide across the field, they've got options. Ngonzo keeps it moving to Mkwetana. Wider and wider they go, and it is Mola Modi around them all. And he's rounded off a try in the corner. The continued dominance of Embalenhle in the second half is putting Matsulu to bed.
Just keep on coming. Let's go moving to 36.
Good play. This time all the passes go to hand. It's quick hands. Direct play from him. What an offload. Puts away Mola Modi. No catching the policeman out wide. Brilliant play, one-handed offload. It's try time for Kubeka. That's Stanley Kubeka, the right winger, getting over for Embalenhle. Kwengana hasn't had the best of days with the boot. Missed two earlier on, which weren't too difficult.
The kick is up from Mkwetana. And it is unsuccessful. 36 points to 7. It was 12-7 at the break.
Quick hands out wide. Justice Mola Modi does well to put away Mkwekana. And Embalenhle. Yep, looking good. Energy is right. The team culture is there. They're working well off the ball, keeping to their structures. And their coach, Dr. Twala, will be very happy with their performance so far.
What about these gents? Mtunzi, Western Province taking on Greek was up next. This one is going to be a mouth-watering clash. There's Enver Brandt, try-scoring machine. There's Tinas de Beer, Tuck's hero. He's not even starting in fly-off. They've got depth, Greek was, and they're really serious about this tournament. Oh, that was a big palm. As Embalenhle continue to have the incentive here in the second half. Matsulu are beginning to look the more tired of the sides, although they only drove 40 Ks to get here, while 300 Ks were traversed by the side in black, Embalenhle, to arrive here at Kanyamazane Stadium in Nelspruit. Not many options to the outside, or not many gaps rather, but that doesn't matter to Sibusiso Sikosana, who continues his counter-attacking play, and now on the outside is Kubeka.
Well, the referee says you need to run back to take it quickly. But wow, how good is this guy? Sibusiso Sikosana. Brilliant chicken wing pass. Great defense though, coming in from Tabang Zita. Wow, Sikosana scored a hat-trick last week against the Embalenhle win, 67-12 over Matla. He's got a brace to his name today. Could have had a hat-trick if he didn't hold the ball with one hand over the try line, but Matsulu do better this time at line-out. Able to keep possession, still in their 22. Embalenhle applies pressure.
Will they finally choose to kick the ball? Not a great deal of distance. It's easy to see why they like to run it. Not many kickers with a great deal of technique that can offer them distance upfield, but when they put pressure, they can put Embalenhle into trouble. And now it is Nyambi who is carrying them forward. And now Matsulu have space down this side of Mhlongo. Can they keep it moving? Here it is, Banele Sibuyi. Hear him, scare him stuff from Matsulu. And it all ends in disappointment.
My goodness. Banele Madala Sibui. You will not see a number 4 lock with more flair than that. Inside, outside, dummying, looks for the chicken wing, doesn't get it right. Lovely to watch the tall man in a bit of space. Madala Sibui. That just summarizes the afternoon, or rather the morning Matsulu's been having. Not able to keep ball in hand, not able to get through the phases and really give themselves an opportunity to pass the ball wide. Get the bearded freak, number 20, Slave Usibia, some space.
Only in rugby could the bearded freak be a term of endearment. Over the top it comes from Sinovuya Mkwekana, who has perhaps the most prolific boot on the field. Matsulu have struggled with the boot, especially for clearances, which has forced them into dangerous situations.
You see how they're just slowing down the game, controlling the tempo of the game. Embalenhle. Very useful clearance coming in from Sinovuyo Mkwekana. He's been good. It's been great to see the center battle between him and Ponyonyo Masinga. Only mistake was that intercept pass on the inside.
More trick plays to the front of the line-out. It's been the theme, especially for Matsulu. They get it back this time. Dummy runner, but it is with Nyambi. The C-caps in the midfield. Tabang Zita clearly moved away from the fly-half roll, and here is Enje Ngomane. Moving backwards as they go, Sibui. That's a more positive application from the Matsulu player. Masilela gets the ball free. This is some positive ball retention for Matsulu. Point on Mhlongo. The tackle made on the near side of the field is by Stanley Kubeka. Ngomane. Hlachwayo. Pointer Mhlongo. Playing it left again. Masilela is ready for that. The former fly of Tabang Zita.
Advantage for now.
Masilela taking his time now, and from a literally standing start, Gordon Enje Ngomane gets his team moving backwards before they go forwards. And now forwards they go. A slight step coming in from Thokozane Mhlalela. And is there some momentum now for Matsulu? The pass looked like there were numbers on the outside as Pointer Mhlongo picked it up off his toes. Yes, he has. But is this going to be held up off the ground and called a maul? Of that, there is a strong possibility. Matsulu fighting for it. Embalenhle appear to have men around the ball. Is it going to end up coming clean back to Embalenhle? Every Matsulu player has lost control of the ball, and Chester Mlamuli. Oh, the interception, and now there's an opportunity. The stop and go from Msimango. He needed to pass the ball earlier. Matsulu have left another try-scoring opportunity. A begging, now still driving. It's cleared by Masilela, charging in, Veli Ngwamba. And a penalty comes the way of Matsulu now. Tap and go is a realistic possibility, and yes, Raif Masilela. Here's the big boy, Bongani Matebula. Oh, yes, he's over.
Oh, yes. Oh, they love it in the stands. The communities have come out in support of these sides. And the number 1, Bongani Matebula. Oh, yes. Oh, he's loving it. So good to see him enjoying it out there. That's what rugby's about.
That is Mtunzi. Oh, club rugby at its best. 149 kilograms of fury from the 34-year-old.
He's taken the kick quickly. Now this is the most dangerous time for Embalenhle. Those legs will be getting weary now as we enter the last 14 minutes, but look at that. The ball nice and tight against his chest, and he loves it, just like Trevor Nyakane, Bongani Matebula.
And what a chest it is that he's holding that ball against him, Tunzi. This guy's the real deal.
He's played well, he's scrummed well. He's been on since the first half. Great stuff to see.
Incredible to think, just 12 points separate these two sides. For everything that Embalenhle have done, they've looked like the far better team, but this match is still in the balance, really, if you think about it.
Look, it's game on now here as Western Province prepare for their game coming up next.
What a game that will be. Stay tuned. Driving backwards right now is their number 20, Slevu Sibia, and Embalenhle looking to capitalize with Mlamuli. Chester Mlamuli struggling to get to ground, and yes, he is bundled into touch eventually by aggressive Matsulu defending.
It's a good kickoff coming in from Embalenhle. Good distance, enough height to give that defensive line a chance to come up and catch the bearded freak. Sibia does well to keep the ball in play, but they've lost it. Look at that, isn't that great to see community coming out, supporting these club sides. SuperSport Rugby Challenge, bringing rugby to the people.
All across the country, more festivals than ever this year. This is the 7th and there's one more to go. The final festival coming up next week.
Coach.
Who will it be that makes it? We've got Pumas on Boerland, Western Province on Griquas.
Sit.
Totsetsi feeds the scrum. It is wheeling away and it's coming back on the side of Matsulu. And they'll be gutted that before they had the chance to break away. It's called against them. We're going to have another put into the scrum.
How strong was the effort coming in from that man though? Bongani Matebula, he hasn't had enough yet. Looks like he wants to go all the way. Still 12 more minutes though.
And I like that they kept him on the bench at first as a surprise tactic. But they had to bring him in early because the scrums were suffering. So maybe he's playing more minutes than he expected to.
Precisely, with good strategy coming in from Lucky Kumalo. It's actually had a great effect on the scrummaging of this game, and it's kept Matsulu in the game actually.
Steady, steady.
Feed from Totsetsi, candidate for man of the match without a doubt. Embalentle's fly up and Gonzo finds Totsetsi again and into the line Motlong. Totsetsi, Gonzo. Matsulu's defense now spread. The tackle made by Bonyonyo Masinga, who has been deeply involved in defense and attack. What a run from Gidi. Klanga Gidi advancing the cause of Embalenhle, and now Totsetsi. Just as momentum is building for either of these two rugby clubs, they tend to make those mistakes which will stutter it.
No real need to play that risky rugby. Dumza Totsetsi, brother of the scrummy Tasman Totsetsi, one knocking the ball on there. So Victor Dube joins that front row, the number 16 jumper. Been some changes in those front rows now, but the big Bongani Matebula still doing the hard work for Matsulu. Very important scrum now for them if they want to have a chance in this game.
Coach.
Glorious weather that we're having right now.
Bang.
This is not uncommon for Mpumalangans, of course.
Steady, steady. One, blue.
Plenty of citrus farms up in this region. It is a barren and a beautiful land. If you have not been, Reef Masilela sends it back, and they continue to attack from as deep as possible. The pass evades Slevu Sibia, the bearded one from NJ Ngomane, who has tried his very best man in the number 15 jersey. He has failed to make any meaningful impact. Into the final 10 minutes. Any hope left here for Matsulu, Tunzi?
Oh, look, they will throw the ball around. They'll try to get that scrappy ball and counter-attack. So the pressure's on Embalenhle to keep it tight now and close off this game.
Not straight into the line out, and it will be a scrum to Matsulu. This is exactly what the side in blue needed, and they must strike immediately if they want any chance of snatching victory from the clutches of defeat.
Yeah, Matsulu, the Black Mambas, they need to strike now. Great compete coming in from Madala Sibuyi. Skew throw. Need to capitalize on these mistakes. There will be more mistakes coming into the final 9 minutes.
Coach.
As concentration starts to lapse.
Bind. Sit.
There's a blind side to work with. It's unlikely that Masilela will be coming this way, and he doesn't. Oh man, the short ball is to the tripping Slivu Sibia.
Stolen.
And it's been turned over by Embalenhle. Pure disaster. Mlamuli off to Kubeka. Torteti, now that's a run right there. Langa Edie. Get stuck in, son. And Embalenhle on the attack. Ngonzo. Inside ball, almost working out. Matsulu player not in position to pick up the scrappiness, which might have caused trouble for Embalenhle, who, while they are looking solid on attack, are becoming slightly, the gaps open with the balls that they drop.
There will be lapses in concentration, decision making as well. They need to keep their focus and keep it tight and simple. Otherwise, it allows this Matsulu side, who can be dangerous from anywhere, an opportunity to get that try and be one score away from equalizing.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Now is the time for Matsulu. And their time will not be now. Torteti clears it from the base, and away goes Justice Molamodi. Tabiso Torteti. Again on the run, Hlanga Gidi. He's got engine for the end of this game. Papas Mkumbeni applying himself as well. Matsulu players surrounding him. Can he get to ground? Torteti. That's not a great ball, but Ngwenya's made it good, and the big prop forward keeps them moving forward. Embalenhle, mere meters out from the Matsulu line as they look to lock this game in, and a penalty comes their way.
That's the big boy, Bongani Matebula. I'm sure he couldn't feel the referee. Yeah, giving a tap on the back, telling him to get out of there. Wow!
Wow, indeed, Mtunzi. It's another try. And Embalenhle continued dominating this match. Tumelo Torteti, one of two brothers, gets over the line. Tumza is his nickname, brother of Tabiso, the scrum half.
It's just too easy. It's been too easy. Poor defense from Matsulu. And the Torteti family have 3 in the bag.
Running out of steam, Mtunzi. We thought it was going to be the traveling side, Embalenhle, that struggled. They've driven 300 Ks, as we've mentioned. 40 Ks down the road, Matsulu. And that's the kind of defense they have for you in the last 5 minutes of the game.
It's just not good enough for Matsulu. But wow, Embalenhle have played brilliantly. Take nothing away from them. Effort-wise, coaches can be proud of these guys. They've given it everything. We saw that last scrum, a huge scrum coming in against the big boys, Bongani Matebula and co.
Masinga launches the restart again, this time too long to be contested by Matsulu. Tabiso Torteti. The ball is to Dokotela Ngozo. And Chester Mlamuli, who's looked keen to run since he's come onto the field. Mlamuli gets the pass away. It has been fielded by Kubeka. Now chopped down. Is that going to be called a knock-on? It would appear not. That ball seems awfully flat as well. And still on the attack are Embalenhle with Maila. Moving it again. Wow, that is offside from the other side of the universe. Hey, Pointer and Claw. That'd be a red if he gets a second yellow. Captain Pointer and Klongo Mtunzi.
Oh, he's not miles offside. He's camping offside.
A tap and go from Embalenhle. It's Moses Ngwenya.
Come on.
He may have gone into this contact point in too elevated a position.
Come on.
He certainly has. That will be a scrum to Matsulu. Not ideal from a tap and go to get held up by the first defender.
Yep, not ideal, but the guys are relishing this moment. enjoying this game. Into the last 5 minutes now. There, Tsotetsi passes it on, and wow, Mhlongo running a brilliant line if he was an Embalenhle player. Open try line for him, but off to the sin bin. Paul Stubbs, I've been so impressed with this Embalenhle side. They can be proud of themselves. Moses Ngwenya, Victor Dube, and Pomoto Maila really coming on and making an effect, being so effective coming off the bench, adding energy. We see it so clearly at scrum time.
For sure. Chester Mlamuli, 22, really has injected some serious impetus into the side.
Coach!
As for Matsulu, they've struggled to get the same kind of purchase out of their bench. And we have another rare restart in this match, or reset rather, of the scrum. But both of the coaches of these two sides can be very happy with what their sides have put on display this year. They are trying to gain promotion into the Mpumalanga Super League A. They have goals in rugby, and there are two clubs which are growing.
Coach!
The development of the rugby in this country continues
Bang.
from north to south and east to west, especially in this competition, the SuperSport Rugby Challenge, which takes you to the lesser-known stadiums all around the country. Now Matsulu trapped on their own try line again. Is it a tight head? Ngonzo can't hold on to it. Dokotela could not feed Sikosana.
Oh, and how unlucky is that for Sikosana? He's been great today as Ngonzo, the number 10 for Embalenhle. Oh, that would have been Sikosana's hat-trick. Unlucky to him. He scored a hat-trick last week. I mentioned that. And special players, Busiso Sikosana. Absolutely mercurial at the back for Embalenhle.
He clearly shines. Plays 15 and 9. He says he wants to captain a national team in his career. At just 22 years of age, he has the possibility.
How good is Sanga Gidi and Stephen Mofokeng? It's a stellar effort from those two men in the forward pack. Papas Mkumbeni also still on the pitch. It's good to see him going the full 80.
Coach! Bind. Sit. Steady, steady.
14-man Matsulu are going backwards at scrum time without their captain. Pointer at the back, and now moving forward is Mlamuli. Mlamuli in the 22 jersey for him. He gets shut down. And they're trying for the line again. Embalenhle. Embalenhle for the line. Papa Mkumbeni gets over.
It's right time for Embalenhle.
And what a way to finish the match for the side that deserves to take the honors. Embalenhle, congratulations.
Right on the hooter, Papas Mkumbeni after a massive scrum. Defense has been a problem for Matsulu. There it holds out. Pick and go from Papas Mkumbeni. It's too quick for them, he's too strong, he keeps low and gets over the line. What a performance from this Embalenhle side, who have played from the first minute right down to the last minute, and on the hooter, get rewarded again. The bench came on and had a great effect.
Enjoying the game. The kick is up from Tidiso Motlong. And it is successful. And Embalenhle can now celebrate their victory, playing for the first time on your World of Champions. Congratulations to this side from Mpumalanga and both of these sides that competed in this, the first match of the day, Mtunzi. It was a scrappy affair, but it ended well.
It ended well. Brilliant to see them coming through. Unbelievable. 8 tries scored from an Embalenhle side who woke up at 3 a.m. to drive through here, beating Matsulu 48-24.